Well, it's 4:20 in the afternoon. I should be asleep. I have not only my normal shift, but half a shift of overtime after that. And I'm not asleep. My insomnia has kicked in super hard again. And some of my usual ASMR is not helping me. Yeah, fuck it, I might as well play Katawa Shoujo. What's up, ladies and gentlemen of that humble internet? My name is Ryan, aka The Ryeman. And that was not a joke. I should actually be asleep right now, but my insomnia says otherwise. Right. Amongst other things going through my head. So, fuck it. Fuck it, bucket. I should make that a shirt. Fuck it, bucket. I don't know. My head's gonna get tired, and that means things are gonna get weird. What were we doing? Oh, speaking of weird. So last time we solved one of life's greatest mysteries. Oh, he dead. This is very nice piano, but oh, he dead. Oh, I mean, he dead. A gravestone, wholly unremarkable in everything except the name etched upon it. The grass is grown up around the base. Emmy's eyes are riveted to the stone. After a few moments, she turns around, looking surprisingly calm, yet solemn. Well, okay, alright, so everything that I ever knew is a fucking lie now. That was the last thing that I had going for me anymore. Now you've taken that last bit of stability away from me. I don't remember when you even, when it was even brought up what your favorite color is. I'm trying to make light of a situation that we're standing over a girl's dead father. Say, why does this over here look like a game console? This looks like the PlayStation 4. You see it, don't you? You see it? Now you can't unsee it. Pink's not actually my favorite color, you know. Fucking nani? I'm warming up to it. Oh. I'm gonna take the foot out of my mouth now. I much not like the taste of toast no more. People tend to think that pink's my favorite color. I think it's because I like strawberries. And even though those are red, they just assume that pink's the right color for the... Emmy, come here, girl. People are known as two things. The first thing that people are cunts. The second thing people are known to being is the fucking idiots! And that is my favorite color, but it's not. I'm too polite to tell anyone otherwise, of course, and it's not the kind of thing worth getting worried about. But I'll bet even you thought, Mike, that pink was my favorite color. I don't know what anything is anymore. Someone could come up to me right the fuck now and say, Ryan, the sky be red. And I'm going to be sitting here thinking, well, fuck, maybe the sky's always been red. I don't know anymore. Blue. That's my favorite color. What a coinky... I can't even do what a coinky dink anymore. Life as I know is falling apart. That's my favorite color. My mom and dad are the only two who know that. And now you do too. Well, seeing that I'm daddy now, it's still, you're just your mom and dad. Blue and black are my top two colors, in case no one could put that one together. Thanks for telling me. I think. You know, I don't know how I would respond if a girl just walked up to me and just be like, hey, Ryan, you know what my favorite color is? Like, first of all, how did you get in my house? Second of all, how did you avoid the traps? You're welcome. There's a pause as she considers what the hell to say next, drawing a quick breath. I can't carry a tune to save my life. Sister, you're preaching to the choir. I can hum. I can't. But actually singing a song is something I've never been able to do. I don't mind, because I'm not a fan of karaoke anyway. Well, I don't know if this relationship can survive. Well, that's one potential date idea out the window. People all think that I'm a really popular and friendly person, but I only have a few close friends. Probably because I keep everyone in the dark. But I think it's also because I hate the idea of losing a close friend. There aren't many people worth the risk. Am I coming down with something? I don't know, like, I'm having trouble doing voices because I'm tired, because I've lost my will to go on, or because maybe I'm coming down with something. Did I say I'm coming down with something? I don't remember if I said I'm coming down with something anymore. I'm terrible at saying goodbye. I sometimes think I only run because it's what I used to do with my father. You're not my first boyfriend. I dated a guy for a long while during my second year. I actually think I'm losing my voice. I can't go into work like this. You can't be a security officer and all of a sudden you can't go up to people and say, excuse me, ma'am. You need to keep your mask on. Oh god, that cough made me fart. I dated a guy for a long while during my second year at Yamaku, but in the end we broke up because I didn't want to get closer to him. He couldn't live with that distance between us. Oh god. This has gotta be the fucking end of this thing. It has to be. My voice has to carry on for one more episode. I will survive. We can't postpone this ending anymore. We can't run from our problems. Her rate of speaking increases slightly, as if she's rushing towards the finish line. I'm actually 1 year older than you. Oh, that's okay, because there's nothing wrong with older women. Everybody thinks I'm younger because I'm short, but I had to skip 1 year because of my accident. They initially thought I was paralyzed when they pulled me out of the wreckage. I'd lost my legs already, but they were afraid that I wouldn't be able to use what was left of them. What is left of them? After surgery, it was clear that their initial assessment was mistaken. I couldn't feel my legs because of shock, short-term paralysis due to the other trauma I'd experienced. My recoveries were the fastest they'd ever seen, or so they told me. I never found out if they were serious about that or not, but they told just the sheer moment of me slowly dying after trying to read a sentence. If they told that to all the patients learning to walk again, She pauses, gathering herself for one last effort. So 8 years ago I lost my legs. And I lost... Okay, she's crying in this scene. I shouldn't be delivering this line very nonchalant, like conversation you'd have during brunch. 8 years ago today, I lost my legs, and I lost my father as well. He died on the way to the hospital. I didn't even get to see the... I didn't even get to go to the gravesite until 2 months later. And I couldn't attend his funeral. Scene. I'm so sorry. Don't be. That's what everyone always says. That they're sorry. I hate hearing that. Like anyone could have done anything to change what happened. You know the best piece of advice I got? These things happen. I don't even remember who said it, but I guess they didn't have anything better to say. That hits home. That hits home hard. Reminds me when my grandfather passed when I was in college. A little story time for everyone. Yeah, it was senior year in college. I was working on my thesis paper. I majored in business management. And like I said, I was working on my thesis. You don't need to know what the thesis is about. That's not the point. We had a number of rough drafts to go through. And it's like, that's what the whole class was about. Just that shit. And then, in the process of one of the drafts, or I guess the only rough draft to be written up, that's when my grandfather passed, going right back into school. So yeah, that was very difficult to put that shit together. I threw something together at the end, and in the end, I told my professor what happened. I'm not going to give you his name. I'm not even going to tell you what school. I told my professor what happened, and he flunked the rough draft anyway. He took me to the side afterwards when he gave me my F for that paper. Don't worry, when the final draft of the thesis came around, I passed, so nothing to worry about there, folks. Again, this was the rough draft. But I remember he pulled me to the side. He handed me my F, and he basically it was the best advice anyone ever gave me. He said, essentially, shit happens, but the world keeps spinning. So yeah, I also literally got told, hey, these things happen. So yay, hey, I feel this line, Emmy. I vibe with that one, but without the cranberry juice. But it's true, you know. These things happen. And there's nothing you can do about it. They aren't necessarily planned, and they aren't always bad, and they aren't always good. But they are. So I made the decision that I would live without worrying about the future. And to be sure that I never had to say goodbye again, I decided I wouldn't let people get close to me anymore. After all, they could be taken away at any time. And you know what? She laughs a little bitterly. Her eyes start to well up with tears, and I step forward to embrace her, but she holds up a hand to stop me. Not finished! A deep breath, and she continues. It worked pretty well. Until I met you and saw that you were trying to adjust stuff here. So I thought I'd help, and then you were so nice, and I couldn't help it. The tears are flowing now, and she accepts the embrace this time. The rest of her sentences mumbled into my chest. I tried not to fall for you, but I did. And then I tried to keep you at a distance, like with my first boyfriend. But I couldn't. But I've been so scared because I don't want to lose you, and I might anyway. Hey. I'm still around, right? And maybe I won't be forever, but don't you think it'd be fun while it lasts? Neither of us could survive the day. There could be a bus crash or something. But so long as that I know I've been with you, I don't think it matters. A sudden thought strikes me, and I can't help laughing. My condition had me scared of dying so badly that I immediately seized on the opportunity Emmy presented to improve my odds of living longer. But without Emmy, would there have been any motivation to keep up with my running? I've played through some of those other scenarios, Hisao. The answer is an astounding fucking no! By the way, who's buried here? Some asshole did not pay their fees and they just got... There is no body, they threw the marker into the corner. Oh! That's cold! We'll go on living until we stop. And when we stop living, we'll be able to know that at least we had had time together. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Because I love you, Emmy. Even though we're probably only like 17, maybe? But I know what love is. And we're going to be together forever. And right now, that's enough for me. Emmy smiles through her tears and steps back from me. You know, it's funny. What is? I thought the best way to live in the... I thought that the best way to live in the moment was to do it alone. But now, I don't think I'd have it any other way either. I'm glad I met you, Hisao. Well, these things happen. Emmy and I stay by the grave for a while as Emmy pays her respects to her father. When she's ready to go, we exit the graveyard side by side. Emmy's mother drives us back to Yamaku. The trip back is very quiet. We wave goodbye as the car drives off, and I glance down at the girl leaning on my arm. How are you feeling? Emmy shrugs noncommittedly. I'll be fine. Come on, let's go. We pause outside the girl's dorm and I turn to face Emmy, ready to say goodbye. We're about to have sex. Okay, alright. Okay, alright. If I'm wrong, if I'm reading the room completely wrong here, I will turn my webcam back on and eat one of my hats live in front of a studio audience. Why? Why don't you come over? I quickly just pick Emmy up and rush up the stairs. I'm sweating. Oh God, I'm crying now too. Oh man. Oh God. I needed that. The walk up to her room is in silence. I'm not sure why I supposed I'd be turned away at the door. I guess I just assumed she'd want to be alone. Her mom, the nurse, hell, everyone who knew the significance of today seemed to think it best to leave Emmy alone. But she took me into the graveyard with her. She told me the whole story of what happened on the day she lost her legs. She wanted me around. The significance of this does not escape me. Emmy opens the door and steps into her room, not even bothering to invite me in, holding the door for me. Oh, God. I step in and the door swings shut behind me. Hey, can I ask you a favor? As I wait for the vacuum in the background to stop. Background noise has temporarily subsided. Continue. Sure. Can't guarantee I'll do it, but... Emmy giggles and pulls me into a kiss that starts out soft, but deepens into something almost desperate. Stay with me, please? Well, I don't know why else you fucking brought me up here, girl. Her voice has dropped to a whisper. The question is barely audible over the sound of my own breathing. There's something about the way she asked that question. The hesitancy in it. The quiet voice. That makes me think she doesn't mean tonight. No, she means exactly what she said. Stay with me. Not tonight. Or forever. Because both of us know there's no such thing as forever. There's no time limit to her request. There's just the request. The favor. Can I do that? Can I stay with her? Yeah, sure. Master of romance, by the way, everyone. Has that window been open the entire time? Okay. I'm not going to go over the board with the theatrics around here. I just want everyone to know. If this is going to go down again, I am in a secret hidden spot where the FBI, the Federales, the CIA, and Homeland, and KGB, and GSG-9 cannot locate me again. So we're going to be good. But I'm probably going to have to fucking do some more editing. Oh, no. We embrace again. And I'm going to have to put on my bedroom voice. Oh, yeah. Emmy. Oh, yes, Aaron. You thought it was done. It is not! Emmy guiding me towards her bed. Stepping backwards with care. Until she sits down on the edge. And there's the edits. She's gotten my shirt off by this point, and I've similarly lifted hers over her head, bra and all. Her shorts come off just as quickly. With practice ease, she removes her legs and pulls me onto the side of the bed with her, my hand coming around her smooth shoulder. I think I skipped a line. No, we did not. I cast my gaze over her face, down her neck, following the line to the swell of her breasts before I lower my head, planting kisses across her. Planting kisses across her chest, listening to her breath hitch as her hand slides further and further down my chest. As I work my way back up to her neck, I can feel her hands working at my belt, now fumbling slightly with the buckle, now unbuttoning, now unzipping, until my pants fall to the floor. I'm sorry, I had a chuckle as I fucking pre-read this line. Her... her... Oh my god, the people who wrote this must have had a goddamn ball. Her panties are noticeably darkened in the right place. Showing that my earlier administrations have produced some results. I step back quickly and shuck my boxers and move back in as Emmy reaches over into a drawer on her nightstand, removing a very large foil package. She tears it open with a quick jerk of her teeth and reaches down to apply the protection, which, as always, causes me to gasp a little. By the way, I would have, usually reached over for my rifle and cycled through the bolt as a little joke for I have my protection with me at all times, but it's not within arm's reach, and I don't feel like doing that joke. So instead, this is the bomb. So instead, this is me arming the bomb as my protection. Irving, don't read too much into that joke. Irving, please. Irving, you shouldn't even be watching this. Irving, why are you watching this video? Oh, no one else is gonna know who the fuck I'm talking about. It's fine. Her expression suddenly changes as she takes the view of me in. Wait a second. Are you still in your socks? Bitch, are you still in your panty? I can fucking see that line. Also, yes, Hisao is one of those psychopaths that keeps their socks on during sex. Confirmed. That's how you know they're gonna murder you in your sleep. I pause and look down. Oh, fuck, I am. Yeah. Does that matter? Take them off. It's weird you still have them on. You know, you've still got your socks on too. Wait a minute, she doesn't have socks. She has no feet. Yes, but I don't have my legs on, so it doesn't count. I don't know any legless people, but I feel like I should ask them if that's a thing. Does that... What? Unable to deny her logic, and impatient to have the conversation over anyway, I quickly remove the offending items. I'm so eager to get back at Emmy that I practically jump on top of her, pushing her down playfully in fucking quotations. We're just gonna continue, so we're just gonna have one big, large, gigantic banner or something. I don't know. This is too much. This is a lot to have to censor. I can't even block out one part and keep others because YouTube is already shat all over my channel already. So I as far underneath the radar as I try to be, they might implode. So I'm just gonna have to. The whole screen is gone. Emmy's giggling and squirming quickly ends, replaced by a happy sigh as I enter her. Breathing deeply as she savors the feeling, she spreads her arms to grab the sheets Her breath is in my ears. I begin moving, whispering words of encouragement, nipping at my neck, now at my mouth. My hip... I'm not stopping. My hips hit the edge of the mattress, shaking the bed. It is part of my brain briefly wonders if I should try to be quieter before succumbing to the waves of the pleasure racing up my spine. Emmy's stomach tenses as she grows close to the edge, as our bodies both begin to glisten with sweat. Sweet time begins to become hazy. The sound of my own breathing mingles with Emmy's panting, and I ready myself for a final surge before surrendering the rushing wave of climax. Emmy's body shudders. Oh, God. Emmy's body shudders as she cries out, her fingers digging into my back as I, too, lose control of myself. My back arches as I let myself go, feeling my body spasm as I orgasm. I'm gonna sit back and have one of my. Oh wait, I don't have one of my cigars. I'm gonna go ahead and have some of my pipe tobacco that I have here. Actually, now, was it good for you too? Oh. Fuck me, I wanna die. I collapse next to Emmy, who almost immediately curls against me, smiling. Mentally, I feel grateful that Emmy keeps her nails short. Otherwise, I think she might have drawn blood. I sit up briefly to dispose of the now-used condom and lay back down next to Emmy, who's in turn taken care of cleaning herself off. For a while we lay in silence, savoring the feeling of being next to one another. Emmy's the first to speak. Oh God, I have to keep up the censor work. God fucking just... Hey, Hisao? Thanks for coming with me today. I don't know if that is the greatest line, given the current context of this story so far. But I feel like this is the line, which is why this game should win more awards. I smile and plant a kiss on her head. Of course. My pleasure. Emmy snuggles closer, and I can feel her breathing begin to slacken as she begins to drift off to sleep. Just as she's about to fall asleep, she wakes up enough to mutter a single sentence. I love you, Hisao. I like cake. Then she's out like a light, leaving me feeling like I'm on top of the world. I draw the slumbering Emmy as close as possible, pull the covers over us to keep the chill off, and fall asleep as happy as I've ever been. Well, that was one hell of a fucking chapter. This has gotta be the end. You know what? Fuck it. If it's an hour-long episode, then it's an hour-long episode. We end this tonight, or today, tomorrow! The morning light seems to reach further into Emmy's room than it does into mine. This results in me waking up earlier than I would have if I had gone back to my room last night, as had previously been our routine. I did not realize it until this morning, but this is the first time we've actually spent the night together. Oh my god, it's been a real hit it and quit it with her so far? Good, bravo. A small movement from my partner's still slumbering form causes me to look to the side. Hair splayed across her face. Emmy continues to sleep peacefully, curled up next to me. It's slightly weird seeing her without her trademark twin tails, but it's also a look I could get used to. The small size of the bed necessitates her curling up, but I'm pretty sure she would have done so anyway. The covers are nearly over her head, and I smile as the errant strand of hair causes her nose to twitch slightly. Unable to help myself, I draw her a little closer, a move which she seems to think is a good idea. Her steady breathing raises a trail of goosebumps on my chest, but I don't mind. I am no longer tired, but I do not feel a need to move from my current position. Emmy's warm body in repose against mine is far too comfortable to move. I gaze up at the ceiling and consider how is it that we've got to this point. We've been close for a while, but not this close. Seems like only yesterday that she ran into me in the hallway, after apologizing, decided to take an interest in my well-being. But that grew into something else, which at least was not expected. One thing is for certain. Having found Emmy, I will try as hard as I can not to lose her. My morning musing is interrupted by further movement from Emmy. Her eyes flutter open, and she seems briefly confused by my presence in her bed as well as her current state of dress, which is non-existent. And, that was a bunny this whole time? I thought to fuck that was an elephant in the corner. My mistake. Yes. Oh, wait. The top is classfully... I just gotta cover the butt. Alright. Little less more editing. But it's fine. Then she smiles happily and sits up, her face looking down at me. Good morning, Hisao. Hi. Sleep well? Yeah, I did. Exhausting day yesterday, you know. I think back to over yesterday's trip to the graveyard. Yeah, glad to hear you slept well. If I know that this is how the night would have ended, we would go and see your father more often. How'd you sleep? Well, enough. Although you keep hogging the covers. This earns me a shove in his stuck-out tongue. I chuckle, and Emmy giggles a little, and we fall quiet for a while. I soak up the feeling of how right it all seems, waking up with Emmy by me, crammed into a bed made for one person. It's something I could get used to. Hey, Hisao. Thanks for sticking around. No problem. Save me the walk back anyway, right? This draws another giggle, but then Emmy's expression turns serious again. No, really. I kept trying to push you away because I thought it was the right thing to do. And you stuck around through it all. I haven't made any of this easy for you, but you stuck it out anyway. So really, I mean it. Thank you. She punctuates this by giving me a kiss, pulling back and looking at me with an expression of affection. I reach up and ruffle her hair, smiling all the while. I'm stupidly lucky, I think, to have come through everything after my heart attack and somehow have found this girl is nothing short of a miracle. You're very welcome, Emmy. I couldn't bear the thought of giving you up. I'll even continue to stick around if you want. I'd like that. That settles it then. I don't know how long my heart will keep working. And I don't even know what I'll do after this year is over, apart from going to the university. As long as Emmy's around, I think I'll be okay. I've managed to help her, and she's managed to help me. If we keep doing that, we'll be okay, I think. So, Hisao? What do you want to do today? You know what? whatever the fuck happens, happens. Because I think the overall theme is just live in the fucking moments. That's a good note to leave it on! Oh my god. That's me clapping. That's not us back on the sex scene. Very well done. Very, very well done. I wasn't expecting much of the Emmy row, but it turned into some very nice things. Very, very nice things. I enjoyed it immensely. Some good messages in there. You know, don't be afraid about asking for some advice with some relationship issues. Try not to hold everything in with the people you care about. It's important to talk. It's important to communicate, to let the feelings out there. And more importantly, it's important to try and not stress too much about the future. Live in the fucking moment, you goddamn thoughts. Thank you, 4 Leaf Studios. This was very lovely. And now, I've summed up this season, the end of this season. Folks, there's one other thing we have to discuss. It's going to be a hot little minute until another Katawa Shoujo episode. That's right. You know, the season has ended. Now there's going to be that lull. But when we return, and we will return, I will try to keep to this. Because I've been consistent with it throughout. The next season of Katawa Shoujo, and I can't stress this one enough, the final season of Katawa Shoujo. Yes, I'm told about the Kenji thing. That doesn't count as a real route. So the final season of Rayman's Bizarre Adventures of Katawa Shoujo. Our last trip into this world will be on Valentine's Day. And it will be the Shizune route. The Shizune / Misha route. I can do this. If I could get through it, if I could find a way to adapt to doing an Emmy voice, I can do this with Misha. We can do this. We can survive. But I have time to prepare myself physically, mentally, and spiritually. I have time to do the seances. I have time to do the chants. There is time to prepare and speculate what the fuck could possibly go wrong. But until Valentine's Day, until the day we start the final season, the series finale, if you will, I want all you guys to do me one favor. Oh yeah, your time's coming. I want everyone to do me one good solid favor. I want you to stay awesome out there. Thank you all. And adios.